It all comes down to this for Costa Rica and Mexico, the two losing teams in the semifinal round of the 2002 Women's Gold Cup. Each team need a victory to continue their journey to China 2003. Costa Rica was stomped by the U.S. 7-0. They'll have to pick up their spirits as Mexico come in a bit unlucky. 2 own goals against the Canadians caused them to fall into this match, and they have one chance left for redemption. Costa Rica, Mexico for third place. Next. Costa Rica and Mexico fighting it out for the last spot in the 2003 World Cup. They would have to take on the third place team from Asia, but certainly that's a challenge both teams would love to face. Costa Rica come into this final, for them, losing to the United States 7-0. And Mexico, 2 own goals, a gift to the Canadians. See them in this match as well. Both teams have come to the end of the journey, and now it's just one last chance for redemption. Alan Hopkins alongside Tracy Milburn. The 2002 Women's Gold Cup third place game just about set to get underway from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena shortly. Tracy, after seeing these matches on Wednesday, Costa Rica looked like they took the heavier of the punch in the face, so to speak, losing 7-0, but Mexico maybe feeling just as low, giving Canada 2 gift goals.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think Mexico, you know, they're going to have to come into this game, and they're going to be coming in with a lot of confidence, so I think they need to use that in their game today.
Well, let's take a look at the United States and Costa Rica from Seattle.
From Safeco Field Stadium, the first semifinal of the Women's Gold Cup, the heavy favorite United States side taking on Costa Rica. The first half of the U.S., a series of missed opportunities and close calls. Shannon McMillan strikes the crossbar. And the United States getting the chances but not converting. From the corner kick, McMillan whips it in the first post. It goes off the header of Joy Fawcett. The center defender would have a bevy of chances set up here by central defensive battery mate Brandy Chastain, but again, no goal for Fawcett. In the 30th minute, they would finally get the goal. Cindy Parlow, member of the Atlanta Beat, makes it 1-0. The cross by Julie Foudy and the delicate touch to open the scoring ledger. A little bit later, again, would you believe it? 3 chances for Joy Fawcett and nothing to show for all her trouble. One last go in the first half. This woman was on her game, Marie-Claire Herra. She made a handful of saves that kept the United States at bay. Again, Herra. That ball would go in off Foudy, but she was in an offside position. And surprisingly, as we reached halftime, only 1-0 USA. How long would that last? Not very long. 49th minute, 2-0. Cindy Parlow gets her second. The cross by Kat Reddick. And here comes the Americans 3 minutes later. Cindy Parlow again. She's got her hat trick. What a confident header that was. And it would just get worse for Costa Rica. Angela Hucles, who came on at the half, that shot over the crossbar, but she would be heard from again. 65th minute, headed on by McMillan. There's Hucles. The first touch I thought was to control, but hey, if it goes in the goal, you call it a shot. 4-0. With a header from McMillan right into the path of Hucles. 79th minute, Lori Fair, another second half substitute, played this cross in. It went off the header of Cynthia Lopez. But what a cross, as just out of the reach of Christine Lilly. Either way, it's 5-0. Costa Rica would get really poor at the end. Shannon McMillan with this blast. Make it a half dozen. And remember, only 1-0 at the halftime break. It would be 7-0 right at the 90th minute, and maybe the best goal of the day, the volley. And Christine Lilly, and the member of the Boston Breakers, does get her goal. And the United States, as expected, Well, they left it late, rout Costa Rica, and go to the finals.
Costa Rica have to pick themselves up emotionally for this match against Mexico. Mexico have to do the same. When we come back from break, we'll take a look at their match versus Canada. You're getting ready to watch the Women's Gold Cup third place match from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Don't go anywhere.
Skip, that is a great idea. I'm gonna get some creamer.
Can't get in.
Hey, Tom. Did you get in?
Huh?
When text messaging works for you,
I did. Good.
that's M-Life from AT&T Wireless. Your mobile life made better.
How would you like to have the thrill of your favorite theme park ride right in your own home? Well, now you can actually experience a totally new dimension on your own computer. It's called Extreme 3D, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. X3D's radical new award-winning technology makes the images actually jump right out of the screen. With X3D, see movies, DVDs, and home videos like you've never seen them before. You can even turn your own pictures and videos into 3 dimensions. Improve your kids' grades with amazing 3-dimensional educational CDs. Hook your TV up through your PC and watch sporting events in the 3rd dimension. All the games you now own can be played in Extreme 3D. That's right, X3D turns your existing game collection into a virtual reality experience. Supercharging your PC has never been easier. Look, just plug the virtual reality converter between the screen and the computer, and you've given your computer the ultimate upgrade for the most incredible viewing experience ever. And now, for a limited time, you can get the entire X3D system for just 10 low payments of $9.95. Look at all you're getting. The virtual reality converter and installation software. This transforms all of your flat images into new 3-dimensional experiences. Plus, you get the conversion software that gives you everything you need to view 3-dimensional photos, videos, movies, and games. And you'll also get 1 pair of revolutionary X3D viewing glasses. Order right now, and we'll include 15 exciting games. They're all free when you order X3D today. Look, you get everything. A total value of over $800 for just 10 easy payments of $9.95. This offer won't last, so call right now.
Call 1-800-756-4774. X3D has a 30-day money-back guarantee, less shipping and handling. So if X3D isn't the best home 3D system you've ever seen, just send it back. No questions asked. Call 1-800-756-4774. That's 1-800-756-4774.
Unlock your senses. Reality goes beyond the 4 elements. On Fox Sports World, home of world-class soccer.
Welcome back as we're working our way to the first half kickoff between Costa Rica and Mexico from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It's been raining in Southern California, so the weather certainly could have an impact on the proceedings as the U.S. will take on Canada for the Gold Cup Championship following this match. But this one is the one that is certainly going to warm the Southland as both teams looking for a place in qualification. They will take on the 3rd place team from Asia. Alan Hopkins alongside Tracy Milburn. We continue to talk about Costa Rica and Mexico. And for Costa Rica, they didn't have much offense against the United States, doing quite a bit of defending. What are they going to have to do to generate some attack against Mexico today?
Well, I think that they're just going to have to play with a lot more confidence, and a lot of confidence that they had towards the beginning of the tournament. They're going to have to put away their loss to the United States and their loss to Canada, the big losses that they have had, and just play tonight, because this is their big game. This is what it's down to. This is the biggest game that they've played so far.
And I think both teams realistically thought this was the match they had to win to get into the World Cup in less than a year's time. Well, for Mexico, I thought they could upset the Canadians, and they held firm, held strong. They didn't finish their chances, which has been part of the problem for them in the tournament. They too took it on the chin from the United States, and now Canada, maybe they are the ones with the upper hand with the confidence. Let's take a look at the highlights between Mexico and Canada.
The second semifinal from the Women's Gold Cup pitted Canada versus Mexico. Canada won Group 2. Mexico runners-up in Group 1. It was a battle until the 10th minute. Disaster strikes. An own goal from Dioselina Valderrama. And Mexico, who were matching Canada shot for shot in an early hole. But they would respond. They would get some chances. This one from long range off the foot of Leyva. Mexico just did not have good fortune on their side. Another opportunity. Monica Gerardo, one of the go-to people on the team with the header. A bad giveaway sets up this chance. Good save by Jennifer Molina to deny it. Up to now, leading goal scorer in the tournament, Christine Sinclair. More from Gerardo. She would battle hard, get that shot. She would get injured on the play, could not continue. So Mexico handcuffed even more. Early on the second half, big save from Jennifer Molina to deny the hard-working Charmaine Hooper. Then the cross from Caroline to Charmaine Hooper, wide of that first post. Canada thought they righted the ship, but here comes Mexico, beating the offside trap. It's wide, and only just. This time Patty Perez with a chance to get us on level terms. Then Canada with this strike by Cara Lang, who has proven to be one of the best crossers in the competition. From nothing, she still gets a shot on goal. And then the 70th minute, the one that would put it away, would you believe it? Another own goal. Elizabeth Gomez. This one not so hard to swallow because Charmaine Hooper's ball was glorious. Cara Lang would have probably scored even though it was last touched by Gomez. 2 goals, too much to come back from. Good save here by Molina, make sure it wasn't 3. Canada advanced to the Women's World Cup and advanced to take on the United States in the final in the Rose Bowl in 3 days' time.
So you've now seen how both teams got here. Mexico unlucky, as we've been saying, against Canada. They couldn't finish their chances, and both teams coming into this match, Tracy, without scoring a goal. I'm sure they're both eager to get some attack going in this one.
Like you said before, I think Mexico has to do a better job of finishing, and that's going to be their big test today. They're going to have to keep creating chances. I think they created a lot against Canada, and I think they actually had more opportunities than Canada did, but the big thing for them is going to be to finish them.
As always, and you can certainly throw this match in that category, whichever team scores first is going to have a huge advantage, especially when you consider the soggy conditions at the Rose Bowl, and both teams playing with a bit of fragile and broken confidence. But 90 minutes, and one of these teams will be moving on. Mexico got into the 1999 Women's World Cup United States by beating Argentina in a home and away playoff series. Maybe they'll do it again. We shall see. More coming up after the break. Stay with us.
When you can stay connected, yet be free, that's M Life from AT&T Wireless. Plans to keep you connected start at $19.99 a month.
These kids are in trouble. They're not getting high on drugs or stealing. If they were, you'd do something about it right now. But why is it almost half of all parents who suspect their child has a problem learning wait a year or more before getting help? Why? Kids with learning disabilities are smart. They just learn differently. Call now. The sooner you get help, the better the chance your kid has.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do. I set up networks, I troubleshoot, I basically do things I would have never dreamed I'd been able to do before.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you.
I'd never really thought of the Army as a choice.
Your free video will also give you an idea of what Army life is like, how you can earn money for college, even what questions to ask your recruiter.
I'm going to walk away with a lot of memories, a lot of friends, and something that's going to change me for the rest of my life.
Call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, and you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of one.
If you would ask me a year ago if I'd be here doing this, I could have never imagined it. I love what I do. I love doing it for the Army.
Think being a big sister means you have to spend all day stuck in a library? Think again. To learn more about becoming a big brother or big sister, call 1-888-412-BIGS.
Hi, I'm Prince Albert of Monaco, and as a 5-time Olympian, I'm proud and pleased to tell you about the upcoming Central American and Caribbean Games in El Salvador. This is the 19th time these games are held. In fact, since 1926, they've been held continuously every 4 years. Beginning on November 23rd through December 7th, 5,000 athletes from 32 different countries will compete in 37 different sports in El Salvador.
Intense fans, talented players, incredible goals. There are plenty of reasons to celebrate in this league. Emotions run high on the field, and the excitement is felt in the stands. Catch one of Europe's hottest leagues. All of the amazing plays of the Deutsche Bundesliga are on Fox Sports World, the home of world-class soccer.
Now strikes it. What a goal! This is fantastic.
For Costa Rica and Mexico, it comes down to the final 90 minutes in their 2002 Women's Gold Cup to keep their fading dreams of getting to China 2003 alive. Costa Rica was stomped by the U.S. 7-0 and have to rebound emotionally as Mexico too have some emotional healing of their own. 2 own goals against Canada spelled their defeat in their semifinal. Mexico used the playoff to get to the last World Cup. They look to do it again. Costa Rica, Mexico for 3rd place. The Women's Gold Cup continues next. Skies have opened up above Pasadena. We're at the Rose Bowl. Wet conditions as Mexico and Costa Rica fight it out for 3rd place and a shot to keep their World Cup alive. Now we listen in to the Costa Rican national anthem. The rain will continue for most of the evening here at the Rose Bowl. Let's take a look at how both of these teams got to this third place match. We begin with Group 1. Mexico finished second behind the United States, ahead of Panama and TNT. Mexico's only loss, of course, coming at the hands of the U.S. We move groups to Group 2. Costa Rica as well finishing in second place. Their only loss coming against the Canadians. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for Costa Rica. In goal is Marie-Claire Herra, who's had a very outstanding match. Trujillo is the captain. Briceno's played very well as the tournament has moved on. Megan Chavez can get goals, but she didn't get much service against the United States. For Mexico, Jennifer Molina had a good match against the Canadians, but still allowed 2 goals, but it wasn't really her fault. Mora and Perez will really have to do the job getting the goals. Carrie Sykes is our referee. The coin toss. And Mexico have won the coin toss. The captains, Dominguez for Mexico and Trujillo for the Costa Ricans. Alan Hopkins alongside Tracy Milburn. Well, both goalkeepers certainly will be tested in this match, but your thoughts on the wet conditions, that could certainly have a say over the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely think both keepers are going to be busy today. There's going to be a lot of shots when it's raining. Coaches always say, shoot the ball because you never know what's going to happen. So both teams are going to take a lot of shots from outside because you never know what's going to happen. It could just slip right in there.
You never know, and that's an excellent point. And follow up every shot on goal because it'll certainly be slippery for the goalkeepers to hang on to. Standing water, puddles popped up just about everywhere, including inside the center circle. Look at Leonardo Cuellar, far right, trying to guide Mexico to their second straight World Cup. They'll have to do it against the third place team from Asia, yet to be determined. But I'm sure that's a challenge you would love to face down the road. And it's safe to say this is the most important match for most of these women for Costa Rica and for most of these women for Mexico. Carrie Sykes puts down the ball, and we're just about set. We're underway from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It does rain in Southern California, contrary to popular belief and pop music. Ball played in, stabbed at, taken away. It's going to take concentration and focus to play with the standing puddles. And you're going to have to hit every pass on the ground, as you can see right there.
frustrating when you have to play in conditions like these and standing water on the field. You think you're playing a perfect ball, through ball, and it just stops. So both teams are going to have to be aware of that, and defense is going to have to be ready for those stopping balls too.
Yeah, the advantage to the attacker here. Defenders will have to be forced to change directions on the fly. It'll be tough to do in these wet conditions. Patty Perez, that's a good-looking ball, headed away. Briceno clears the danger.
I think Patty Perez already had the right idea there to get the ball in the air. You have a safer bet, and it will go to where you want it to go.
Perez can't win it this time. Patty Perez had a great chance for a goal against Canada, but just like all their offerings last Wednesday evening, they all failed to find the back of the net. And for Costa Rica, they've really endured the weather for them in this tournament. First playing in frigid Victoria, British Columbia in Canada in their group matches, where it was dubbed the group of freezing death. Haiti and Jamaica, the other teams in there, battling the cold conditions. And they have to suffer through the rain. Leyva, third minute, will take the first corner kick of the match. Set pieces, again because of the weather, that much more important. MEX Gonzalez, the target. She's had an outstanding tournament. First ball won by Costa Rica. Score one for the wet surface. Perez won it back. Touch for Valderrama. Now for the number 13, Jessica Romero. Leyva combining with Monica Vergara, who's worked herself into the starting 11 as the tournaments wore on. Leyva cut off by her opposite number, Briceno. Briceno, too, has been a standout defender in the tournament. Here's Vergara, cuts it back. Mexico controlling the early play. Here's the number 10, Shirley Cruz. Cruz stops it, sweeps it out wide to the far side, giving chase. Jacqueline Alvarez. The ball will work itself out of play. Seems like early on, Tracy, Costa Rica content to defend, absorb some pressure, and maybe hit back on the counter.
Yeah, I think that's been their game plan all along throughout the tournament. I think that it's going to be easy to execute this game plan with the conditions. They can just send a long ball up and be on their way.
Mexico keep it, but now in their own half. Played forward across midfield. Costa Rica won a handball. Can't be afraid to get sloppy. Touched all the way out wide. They've let the grass grow here at the Rose Bowl. They've been able to do so because the UCLA football team's been on the road in Seattle against the University of Washington, and then this Saturday in Arizona, take on U of A. That's why the football lines have faded since the beginning of the tournament. Very first match of the tournament was played here. Throw in by Cynthia Lopez. Costa Rica finally get it deep in Mexico territory. But Romero comes out with it. Dominguez, good hold. Leyva, bad spot to dribble out, taken away by Cruz. Cruz in the near side for Megan Chavez. He's really been a hit and miss in this tournament. She's looked great in some matches, and I think the matches where Costa Rica have been overpowered in the midfield, she hasn't really done much.
And I think that's part of being a young player. When you go up against a team like the United States, your confidence seems to go down even before the game begins. And I think she can pick it up here. I think she knows that she can do a lot more than she did maybe against the United States.
Trying to do a lot is Dominguez. Well, Tracy, we've talked about Maribel Dominguez, the Mexico captain. She's got a great speed. She can hold the ball. She seems to do everything but finish. She had a great chance right here.
She does. She just uses her speed to get past the defense and takes a shot. It just went wide, but I agree. She's had a lot of opportunities in the tournament so far, and if she can just finish, I think Mexico may have even been in the final game tonight.
Yeah, that was their chance against Canada. Remember, the Canadians are going through a bit of a makeover themselves, from also ran to team to beat in the region. And Pellerud's doing what he could, and it looked like the Canadians succumbed to the pressure. But you can also say Mexico were affected more by it. It's all in the past now. Mexico have to move on. That one flicked forward. Looking for Guadalupe Worbis. Gary Seitz calling for a foul back in the midfield. Mexico getting their numbers forward, taking their time. The crowd getting a laugh out of that one. Didn't make sense to play that short ball after you got everyone into the box.
I definitely agree. I don't think they should have played a short ball there. They had a good opportunity to send the long ball in, and especially, like we said, been talking about, with standing water on the field, you never want to.
Played the ball right through the biggest puddle on that side. It's going to be very tough to do anything on the dribble tonight. I guess that would be the first warning for the defenders. To be careful. Playing balls out of their own back. Look at that one. That one would have ran out of play last week when the tournament began. This week it's going to slow up. So difficult for these players just to forget about the conditions when it really is having an effect on the simplest of balls played on the ground. Cruz, the most dangerous midfielder for Costa Rica. Briceno. Like she hit it well, but not hard enough. Again, Chavez can't hit the brakes. Gonzalez, a quick throw in. And a bad throw. Give possession back to Costa Rica. Thrown by Maricela Rojas. Ball by Gonzalez. Leyva. Left-footed ball on the ground out of the reach of Dominguez. Just knocked out of play by Carol Segura. Good stuff on the 1-2. Leyva. Head up. Plays it hard on the ground. And Trujillo. Giving everyone a scare there. In the end, a good clearance, but she sent it toward her own goal with some pace.
Yeah, I think Mexico might have been rubbing off on Costa Rica there a little bit, but Leyva sends in a great ball on the ground. That's exactly what you want to do, and sends it into the danger zone. Trujillo just cleared it away.
Kept alive by Dominguez. Player down for Mexico. And Herra, who's really had an outstanding tournament. Of course, LeBlanc for Canada and Brianna Scurry for the U.S. getting most of the attention because their teams are in the final, but it's really been the goalkeepers on the lesser teams that have had a lot of work to do that have been the most fun to watch. Foul inside the center circle. Molina's had some outstanding moments in the tournament. I think Herra maybe have done her one better. Dominguez, the back heel, releases Perez. Briceno read it. And that's well diagnosed by the biggest defender for Costa Rica, Briceno. Trujillo. Another thing, too, that actually has an effect in these wet conditions, the ball seems to get a bit heavier, as you might expect.
Yeah, and as a forward, I actually love playing in the rain because when you shoot it, it seems like it goes so much further and so much harder. So
Trujillo lets it bounce and Herra with the slide, the crowd appreciating it. Costa Rican version of the slip and slide. Trujillo has to be careful. Balls aren't going to run all the way back to the goalkeeper. Dominguez pressuring, trying to sniff out that chance. Chavez taking off the ball and commits the foul. Quick restart. Vergara. See the foul again. Mexico creating opportunities, and they're going to get a penalty kick. Carry Sights right on top of it. The captain, Trujillo, can't believe it. And finally, in minute 12, the break Mexico had been looking for.
Well, right here, Dominguez just uses her speed and turns it on at the last second. And Trujillo kind of surprised. I'm not sure there if that should be a penalty kick, but...
Well, I'm going to say one further. In this match, with this magnitude, with so much riding on it, I think you're going to have to give a little bit more than that to have a penalty kick called. But Carey Sights felt like it was enough. And MEX Gonzalez, who does have one penalty kick, wasn't well taken, mind you, in this tournament, looking for her second. Look for her to go to the keeper's left. And she does, and she buries it. And Mexico, in this must-win match, strike first. Well, she didn't put it in the corner, but she hit it well, and Herra guessed the wrong way. So Gonzalez continues to add to her credibility as a player in this tournament. And that goal gets Mexico off and running. Costa Rica have yet to get a shot on goal, yet to even really get a dangerous sequence, create a chance. Flicked on. That ball's going to stay in play. Tough to stop it and play it in.
It's hard to put on your brakes in the rain.
That was Ana Gabriela Campos. First time we've called her name. The attack has been quiet for Costa Rica. They're looking to take their chances on the counter, but they're going to have to increase their frequency. Now they have a goal to chase. Perez through the puddles. One goes sliding. Down by Chavez. Good hold by Cruz. She's looked very good at times. And we'll say this, Carey Sights is calling all the touch fouls. Staying consistent. Again, not much, but enough. 15th minute, MEX Gonzalez giving Mexico the early lead and stake third place. The spot in the third place playoff with the Asian third place team. A spot in China 2003. And a free kick. Couple steps inside from the far sideline. Now a chance to get some white jerseys forward. Briceno filtering into the area. Molina hasn't really been tested yet. The Ivy Leaguer from Colgate University on the ready. Two in the wall for Mexico. Free kick coming in. The header. And the danger averted. Briceno getting her head to it. For shaky goal kicks as well in this match. And the goalkeeper taking the goal kicks. That one effective, but won by Briceno. Good ball forward out of the reach of Alvarez.
And we have seen Shirley Cruz kind of been off and on this whole tournament. I think today she has to be on for Costa Rica if they're going to have any chance to beat Mexico. She's the one who distributes the ball up to the forward. She's the one who switches the point of attack for Costa Rica, so she's definitely got to be ready today.
Well, being ready for a 17-year-old, a tall orders, Briceno is fouled. Think about Cruz, when she does her good stuff, it's often really far away from goal back in the midfield. They need to get her the ball in the final third so she can do some damage and unlock this Mexico defense. One thing we haven't talked about, you got to feel like defensively Mexico are playing with tons of confidence because they really kept Canada out of the back of the net. They scored the goals for the Canadians. So I think shutting down Hooper and Sinclair, holding those two without goals, certainly going to make them feel very good about getting a shutout against the not-so-dynamic attack of Costa Rica. Leyva. Mora. Fatima Leyva. Briceno. Costa Rica beginning to push a little bit forward with some regularity. On the reach of Chavez there to clean it up. Ruby Sandoval. MEX Gonzalez has pushed forward. Perez looking her way. Oohs and ahs. We'll hear them all night as the rain puddles snuffing out a lot of these balls. That one snuffed out by Gabriel Trujillo. Gonzalez. One thing you can't do, you get so used to, is having a good first touch into space. And you're really starting and stopping each and every time you have the ball. And the touch foul held on to by Alvarez. Mora in the guilty party. I guess it's Murphy's Laws, Tracy, but it seems like both these teams are content and willing to attack where the puddles are the biggest.
Well, it's really hard to adjust and change your game and in the rain, and knowing where the puddles are, you don't always know where they are, so you got to just play how you have been playing. Maybe, like we've been saying, do a lot more long balls and balls in the air, but that's pretty much all you do to adjust to this.
No matter how sophisticated your game, and playing in weather like this will turn it into a very rudimentary philosophy. Dominguez off her chest, deflected, and had trouble hanging on to it. Concedes the corner kick. Dominguez again active. Pretty simple ball, but tough to hang on to. Minute 20. Fatima Leyva on the corner. Mexico trying to add to their lead. Assistant referee giving the indication for another corner kick, as Carrie Seitz wasn't so sure. Banged in. Quality ball, but Briceno and some help as well. Maybe a counter-attack. And ball played too quickly. Gonzalez sent down to all fours. Cruz with an errant touch. Vergara takes the foul. She was shoved down by Campos right at midfield. Vergara has had some good moments in the tournament. Good play. Worbis taking off the ball. Good tackle by Cynthia Lopez. Lopez cuts it back. Wisely gets it forward. Valderrama won it for a moment. Monica Gonzalez has gotten the go-ahead to push herself forward. She gets a touch there, lays it off to the left for Perez. Looking for the upper corner. Not a bad strike in the end, Tracy, from Patty Perez.
I agree, and I think it's smart by Coach Cuellar to push up Monica Gonzalez and get her involved more in the attack. She's had a couple of goals throughout the tournament. They're having trouble scoring, so pushing her up, maybe trying to create more offense that way. And they don't really need her in the back as much as they would on a dry day because there's not going to be as much organization in the back. So I think it's a smart move, and we'll see if it pays off.
One of the things that is so underrated in coaching in the game of soccer, I think more than any other sport you can coach, is game adjustments. Adjustments on the fly like that. Simple thing like pushing Gonzalez up. You have 2 extra defenders back there, and just a smart move. Make the most of your opportunities and can play a little bit more direct with Gonzalez up there. Long range shot. Herra gets in front of it as she should. As a coach, you can prepare your team in soccer. The emphasis is on training, conditioning, fitness. And as a coach, you really got to look for the things you can make adjustments on during a match. Quick restart. Space for Vergara. Out on the reach of Gonzalez. Foot race here, won by the number 11, Perez. Sandoval. Good hold by Gonzalez. Takes another touch, try to play it forward. Briceno getting the lecture. Maybe the next time she commits a foul, she's going to get herself in trouble. Wasn't that bad of a tackle.
She actually got the ball.
Yep,
so.
She did. Maybe the contact was up high. Gonzalez plays in the WSA for the Boston Breakers. Having really a breakout tournament. Floated forward. Good win by Briceno. Gonzalez this time has the foul go against her. Looks like Monica Salazar of Costa Rica is going to be inserted. Next opportunity we get, early substitution for Coach Ricardo Rodriguez. Huge win for Costa Rica if they can pull it off. They're going to have to do it coming from behind. Cruz with the takeover. Knocked out by Mora. If we got another throw in now, we'll get the substitution at minute 25. And it'll actually be for Maricela Rojas. So it looks like maybe a tactical adjustment by Rodriguez. Didn't look like Rojas had picked up an injury. The turn to see if we get a push in the back. We get the foul before.
I'm not too sure what Coach Rodriguez is doing there, but we'll see. I know Rojas was kind of surprised to come out.
Oh, yeah. She's getting ready to take the throw in. An early substitution. We'll see if that comes back to haunt Costa Rica. A bad ball, but Briceno swing and a miss on the clearance. You really have to be a very enterprising forward in this match. You just never know how the ball's going to fall to you.
You have to have quick reflexes.
Yep, and anticipate. And hope for the best. Shirley Cruz across midfield. Absorbed by a double team. She comes out with it. Cruz on her right foot. Got a heavy shot. Oh, what a goal! Costa Rica on their first shot of the match. Ties at 1 goal apiece.
We've been talking about Shirley Cruz. She's got to get involved, and what better way to get involved than to have a goal yourself. It was just a great shot outside the 18. Great finish for Costa Rica.
Unbelievable. Molina at full stretch. She gave it a great effort. She just missed it, flying through the air. Cruz with a dipping shot. How about Shirley Cruz? Big time goal. Get Costa Rica right back in it. Well, this is setting up very nicely. I said this could be the match of the two this evening. I could hold the intrigue. Long-range shots. Is why.
And that's just a huge goal for Costa Rica because you're down 1-0. You think things aren't going your way with the referee, and you come back and get that great goal. You know that you're in it, and you can come away with a victory here tonight.
Oh, that just changes the momentum in a heartbeat. Really, as a coach or a fan, even for the players, you're just looking for something good to happen. And it's been a tough week for Costa Rica. They allowed 7 goals against the United States. They had to wait all the way to Saturday with that loss very much in their minds. That's developing into a very good battle. Gonzalez and Briceno. Really, it's just a moment of individual brilliance by Shirley Cruz. What big-time players do in big-time matches. So Herra 1-1 now. She gets ready for this free kick. And hit Trujillo. Megan Chavez. Oh, the nutmeg. Good stuff. Releases it wisely before she gives it away. Cruz. Maybe too cute that time. Trying to play with Cindy Rodriguez. That's a short-footed clearance. Alvarez giving chase. And Alvarez is going to get to this loose ball. Good work by Alvarez. Look at the confidence now. Costa Rica. Good move. Good run by Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to get to the end line, and she's won a corner kick. The ebb and flow of this match. There wasn't much until Cruz hit the goal. It was all Mexico. Now Costa Rica looking to take the lead for the first time. Molina on her toes. Briceno got her head to the last corner kick. Second of the match for Costa Rica in the 30th minute. Driven low. Molina can't hang on to it. Wow. Only green jerseys were there.
That's a tough ball, too, on the ground.
Yep.
Driven. I think Costa Rica needs to do a little bit better job with their runs. Maybe start them a little earlier.
Oh, yeah, the runs were made well after the ball was played in. See if they time it better. The ball not as good, but they'll get a third crack at it. Mexico absorbing some pressure here. Cynthia Lopez hoping the third time's a charm.
Nope.
3 is not the lucky number, is it? That time she was trying to mix it up again. The best ball she hit was the first one. Half hour under our belts. Costa Rica 1, Mexico 1. Monica Gonzalez opened the scoring ledger with a penalty kick. That was followed up by a magnificent goal, one of the goals of the tournament, by Shirley Cruz. The winner keeps on keeping on, and we'll have a chance. One more shot at the World Cup in China. The loser will think about what could have been. We're a long way away, but I'm sure I'll remind you over the course of this half and the second half. In the 90 minutes, we'll have golden goal, and if it's still even, we'll go to penalties. All that to come before the U.S. and Canada fight it out for the Gold Cup title. Cruz lost the shin guard. Romero to take the throw in. Won't be 18 until the 16th of this month. Behind Chavez, knotted down, but not away. Trujillo providing the depth defensively. Good win by Monica Salazar, the only substitution of the match so far. I don't know if you noticed, Tracy, but some of these girls are wearing one glove.
I noticed that. I think it might be
Michael Jackson? No. Too long ago.
When they take throw-ins, maybe. I was thinking, so they can grip the ball.
Maybe that's a good point.
Fashion statement?
Maybe it's a fashion statement. Not quite LA, but close enough. Pasadena. Perez. Gonzalez continues to stay in the attacking third. Perez with no gloves throws it in. Ooh, that was a dangerous tackle. Both players appear to be okay. Surprised we haven't seen more of that. Players have been pretty good about keeping their footing. That means players are wearing studs. If you're not used to playing in them, it's something you really can't just put on and wear. That one floated in. Herra punched it away. Good punch. Gets it out, but Briceno plays it forward. Skips toward Alvarez. Knocked out a play by Mora.
Well, Herra has been solid all tournament. I think that was a good decision.
I think it was.
Punch it out instead of trying to take the chance of a slippery ball coming at you.
Worbis to the far side for Valderrama. Pulls it back on the ground. Well, I think you said the key word, decision. You can see her diagnose the situation, then decided punching it into the space was the best option. Blast it into the other half. Chavez trying to extend to the D. Not the ball that Campos has to hang on to. Vergara, Leyva, and get it to the other side. Yoselina Valderrama, good ball for Dominguez. Trujillo blocks it. White jerseys doing well. Again, another ball that has to be held onto. Line tackled away. Costa Rica really changed the game for Mexico. A little more scrappy, not trying to hang on to it as much. Perez sloshes through the rain to take the throw in. She'll get a chance to throw it in again. Kerry Seitz, our referee, did award a penalty kick early in the match, and maybe another surprise substitution. Mora, or as my wife calls her, Iris, is into the match.
My mom called her.
So Iris/Iris in, and Iris has been toughing it out. She's had a bulging disc problem in her back that has sidelined her for long stretches in this tournament. But I think Leonardo Cuellar feeling like the midfield's lost its punch. Brings on Mora, who plays at UCLA. Herra really had an outstanding Gold Cup back in 2000, scoring 6 times. Leyva walking the tightrope on the near sideline. Pops over the sliding Shirley Cruz. Should be a... I thought it was tackled away. Let's see here. And it's a corner. Cruz did get the last touch. Some confusion there for a moment. And he's see the ball for the first time on the corner kick. Minute 37. Near post. Oh, it goes in. Herra comes in. She hit it low and maybe chalk it up to the wet conditions. And Costa Rica give up a soft goal. And Mexico take the lead. Nothing fancy at all. Maybe the swing and the miss on the clearance threw off Herra. I think it did.
I think it did too. She had no other green jerseys in the area, so.
That dreadful mistake, and Herra, I guess, chalk one up for the coach as well, Leonardo Cuellar. I think that back is feeling pretty good right about now. Not the prettiest goal she's scored, but maybe the most important. She'll take it. So Costa Rica down again. Chavez. Taken off the ball by Mora. She banged it low, and that was a ball that gave Molina trouble at the other end. And Herra, I bet you if you ask her, she'll say she meant to do it.
No doubt.
No doubt. That one played forward. So the match turns again. Herra, lovely layoff for Valderrama. Valderrama stays with it. Looking to play Mora. Trujillo side puts it away. One bouncing over the far sideline. Herra off her chest, plays it forward. Valderrama, Briceno back defensively. And a bad ball. Gonzalez! Oh, you can see it developing. And that was one Gonzalez would love to have back.
I think she's a little mad at herself there. She has a diving header. And such a great chance, such a great opportunity for Mexico.
Great stuff between Mora and Valderrama. Valderrama again. Headed away by flying Trujillo. Vergara. Valderrama. Alvarez taking off the ball. The foul against her. After the luck, or lack of luck, Mexico endured against Canada. And they were getting a little payback as Herra will get it away.
I think they've had a lot of luck so far in this match.
Yeah, they have.
PK and then their second goal.
Rodriguez. Seen his club through some up and down moments in the tournament. He's had to constantly pick them up. But they've won the games they should have won. Let's get them here. This is their final. Mora, the cross. Gonzalez trying to get to the end of it. Perez. Gonzalez holds herself. That ball out of her reach. Campos. Chavez doing what she could. back of Shirley Cruz. She has a long Costa Rica goal. They're working inside the final 5 minutes of half number 1. Nothing like playing outside on a rainy day. I'm sure these players will be more than happy to get the draw uniform on during halftime. Perez. Briceno. Perez. Mora. Unable to hang on to it. One by Vergara. Chavez a foot in there. Now Gonzalez. Over the top of the defense for Dominguez. Her first touch in a while. Trujillo jumps out at her. Left foot across. Vergara taking off the ball. Chavez. Behind Campos. There's Briceno. One by Dominguez. Left footed ball. Aided by the rain. Poked away by Cruz.
Again, we see Costa Rica trying to possess out of the back and trying to build on their attack out of the back. I think they just need to send it up there. They're getting caught a lot, and I think they're making a lot of mistakes and giving the ball away to Mexico that way. So,
well, this match is favored. We've played nearly 45 minutes. Whichever team has the confidence at their backs. With Mexico at the start. That one headed down. Look at Gonzalez flying in. Then Costa Rica after the goal controlled the play, and then player sent in Mora. She gets the break on the goal. And now it's Mexico backing Costa Rica back into a corner. It's all setting up for a fantastic 45 minutes in the second half from the Rose Bowl. Monica Salazar replaced Maricela Rojas for 25 minutes. Gonzalez. Late whistle. Goes against Gonzalez. He goes down, takes out Cindy Rodriguez in the process. Trujillo. Handed away by Valderrama, throwing. Final minute of the first half. The rain along with the 3 goals, the big story so far. The turf is held up here at the Rose Bowl. But suffers a foul. Babyface Rodriguez getting that goal side. Gonzalez, good flick. Laid away by Trujillo. Gonzalez trying to win it back. Good flick, making Chavez. You see how deep each team's respective sweepers are playing. 2 minutes. Signaled by our 4th official, Sonia Dunnincourt. It eats. Mora trying to pick out someone at the back post. Scored off her last corner. She won't be able to play an in-swinger off her right foot here. Going away from the goalkeeper. It does. Falls for Briceno. Side puts it away. Plays a good ball to Alvarez, in fact. Alvarez, good cut back. She's taken down by Valderrama. And Carrie Seitz hasn't used a yellow card until now. First of the match coming in stoppage time. Good cut back by Jacqueline Alvarez. Valderrama in the books. Into the second minute of 2 that have been added on at the end of the first half. Trujillo. Cruz. Cruz cuts it back. Cruz draws a crowd. The shot coming in. Molina hangs on to it. And Cruz drew all the attention. He played a good ball out. Weak shot on goal in the end, but it's something that will give him a little confidence heading into halftime. Perez, Briceno, and that is it. 45 minutes in the rain at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, complete. Mexico leading it 2-1. We'll be back with all the halftime happenings after the break. Stay with us. You're watching Fox Sports World.
Discussing a man's sexual behavior is always a very discreet topic. This commercial talks about NRX, a safe, natural alternative to prescription drugs when you want that extra burst of sexual energy.
Are you one of the millions of American males who would like increased sexual energy when you need it most? NRX is the answer.
It can give you the strength and the stamina that you've never had before.
Yeah, stamina is probably a good way to put it.
Clinical studies show various ingredients of NRX to enhance sexual energy and performance when taken on a regular basis.
You'll feel like you were back in high school when girls were the only thing on your mind.
You'll love all the attention you'll get from your husband. Could save your marriage.
NRX is the perfect, all-natural herbal supplement. With NRX, you'll feel the increased energy within minutes. You'll enjoy your newfound energy the natural way, without chemicals. Order NRX today and it will be delivered discreetly to your home. We're so sure you and your mate will be completely satisfied. We'll offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, full refund.
NRX stimulates sexual energy by expanding the blood vessels, causing increased blood flow to specific areas of the body.
Before, it was like once or twice a month with no energy, no stamina. But now, it's like about every single day.
It's great. Remember, if you're not happy for any reason, just return the empty bottle within 30 days. We'll give you all your money back.
Call 1-800-365-9392 and order NRX now. Forget those expensive pills and chemicals. Get results using the safe, effective, all-natural alternative, NRX. Call in the next 10 minutes and find out how you can get 1 month of NRX free. Take advantage of this special TV offer. Do it for yourself and for the one you love. Call 1-800-365-9392. That's 1-800-365-9392.
Who will follow Feyenoord as champion? 124 European teams will compete in the largest, most exciting soccer showdown Europe has to offer. That's right, one of the most distinguished tournaments in the world. The UEFA Cup is now on Fox Sports World, the home of world-class soccer.
Who would want to live in a semi-frozen, mosquito-infested backwater like Winnipeg? You stink! And the stench is beginning to rub off on your loser pig poo bombers! Maybe your football team will leave town too after the Prep Riders kick your butt!
CFL, the rivalry lives on.
Riders rule!
At the beginning of the tournament, we expected to see these teams fighting it out for third place in the 2002 Women's Gold Cup. And And that is what we've got in Mexico. 45 minutes away from keeping their dream of making it to their second straight World Cup alive, as the winner of this match will take on the third-place team from Asia. So far, so good for Mexico. We'll be back with more from halftime after the break. Don't go anywhere.
You need to floss more.
You're not flossing enough. I'd really like to see more flossing.
Your dentist was right, you know, because flossing was the best way to prevent tooth decay, gum disease, and bad breath. Until now. Hi, I'm Steve Kettle, and this is Dr. Milner's Sonic Clean Between machine. It's a sonic-powered flossing system that's so unique it's been awarded 5 US patents. It's easier, faster, and better than old-fashioned flossing, and even cleans where floss can't reach. The Clean Between machine gets deep between your teeth to remove pockets of hidden plaque, rotting food particles, and stagnant odors.
I invented the Clean Between machine for my patients who just hated the floss. See what comes out from between your teeth. You'll never just toothbrush again.
No more awkward, flimsy floss to get stuck in your teeth and cut your gums. The Clean Between machine glides gently between your teeth. It's a pleasure to use. Look, brushing commits everything that's between the teeth, but even flossing can't get it all. Look how much is left behind. But the Sonic Clean Between machine does just what its name says. It gets between your teeth and really cleans them.
Good job.
Much better.
That's clean.
And there's no better way in the world to clean around braces or get under tight fillings, crowns, and bridge work. The Sonic Clean Between machine is compact and cordless, so you can take it anywhere. It comes complete with 8 interdental brush tips, and it's yours for only $19.95. Call now, and we'll also send you the Sonic Toothbrush Attachment, this gum stimulator, a Sonic tongue cleaner, and a convenient organizer absolutely free. It's a complete Sonic oral hygiene system for only $19.95, so order yours now.
Call 1-800-420-6325 to order your Clean Between machine. With your order, we'll also send you absolutely free the Sonic Toothbrush Attachment, Gum Stimulator, Sonic Tongue Cleaner, and a convenient organizer. Call now, and you'll also receive 18 interdental flossing brushes and a toothbrush every 60 days free for life. Call now, 1-800-420-6325.
From the cradle of future champions, see the best athletes from 32 Latin American and Caribbean countries compete in the 19th Central American and Caribbean Games, featuring soccer, baseball, boxing, basketball, track and field, and more. November 23rd through December 7th via satellite on Costa TV.
The moment is now. The Barclay Card English Premier League. The ultimate angle, position, and perspective in the game of soccer. The Barclay Card English Premier League is now on Fox Sports World, your home of world-class soccer.
Mexico 2, Costa Rica 1, as we are at halftime at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. The crowd braving the rain and beginning to filter in as the U.S. will take on Canada after this one. But before that, third place at stake. Let's take a look at the highlights. Tracy, early on, we talked about Mexico finishing their chances, and that was Dominguez, who's been the main culprit throughout the tournament.
Yeah, she hasn't missed by much, but she has been missing. That's the key thing. And here, MEX Gonzalez finishes her chance. She's had her second PK of the tournament. She does well here. I think she's a little happier.
Yep. From last time, she didn't hit it very well, but in minute 26, a golazo from Costa Rican midfield to number 10, Shirley Cruz. Fantastic stuff from Cruz, the dipping shot. Good technique. Molina can't get it. 1-1, but then in minute 37, we talked about the wet conditions playing havoc in the match, and Anise Mora proving us right there. A soft goal, but it still counts. 2-1 the score as we take a look at the first half stats, Tracy. And look at that, Mexico 12 shots, Costa Rica just 2.
Yeah, I think Mexico's doing what they need to do is shoot, and if they can get more shots on target, they'll have a better outcome.
Well, so far the outcome to their liking. 45 minutes away from keeping their dream alive. Second half kickoff coming up. Stay with us.
talk. Fire mission. What do you got? I have a sit rep from Alpha Company. What is? Belly deep, PD, ready to be verified. Verified. Number 1, hard.
Ever wondered what it's really like to be a soldier? Put yourself in the picture with this free video. You'll see over 200 great jobs in the Army and over 180 in the Army Reserve. You'll also see what skills you learn, how you can earn money for college, plus all the other ways you can keep studying while you're in the Army. You'll even get the chance to see what soldiers do in their free time. Call 1-800-984-ARMY right now, and you'll get this free Army t-shirt and your free video. Put yourself in the picture and see what it's really like to become an Army of One.
Hi, I'm Prince Albert of Monaco, and as a 5-time Olympian, I'm proud and pleased to tell you about the upcoming Central American and Caribbean Games in El Salvador. This is the 19th time these games are held. In fact, since 1926, they've been held continuously every 4 years. Beginning on November 23rd through December 7th, 5,000 athletes from 32 different countries will compete in 37 different sports in El Salvador.
Montreal, you used to be winners. Now you're just whiners. Boo! We are different. We are French. Shut up. You're not even real French anyway, like those guys from Denmark, man. In Vancouver, we're real. Yeah, the championship BC Lions, they're really gonna kick some Alouette butt. Poutine sucks. BC rules.
CFL, the rivalry lives on.
What's up, dudes?
Unlock your senses. Reality goes beyond the 4 elements. On Fox Sports World, home of world-class soccer.
It's wet and rainy here in Southern California at the Rose Bowl in beautiful Pasadena. The Gold Cup, a bit gray right now as Mexico had the 2-1 lead over Costa Rica. The rain certainly hasn't hampered the play so far. Both teams leaving it all out on the field despite the very wet and soggy conditions. Alan Hopkins alongside Tracy Milburn. Tracy's been here throughout the tournament. We expected to see the final 4 teams get into the semifinals. Everything has sorted itself out, and now halfway through this one, Mexico have a 2-1 lead, 45 minutes away from continuing their journey to China 2003. Your thoughts on the first half on what each team has to do in the second half?
Well, I think Mexico is doing well. They're getting into attack. I think they just need to hit more of their shots on target.
Up next, a reminder, the United States taking on Canada for the 2002 Women's Gold Cup Championship. Both teams already have qualified for the World Cup. At stake, well, bragging rights and a little bit of cash money as well. That never hurts, but the U.S. nearly unbeatable on their home soil in tournament play. Luis Rodriguez and Luz Berrios bringing you the match in Spanish. Tracy, Costa Rica really had 2 shots, 1 goal. They're going to have to create many more opportunities if they're going to pull level once again.
I agree, and I think they've been so up and down throughout the whole tournament and throughout this game. I think they need to play with confidence for the whole 45 minutes. This is their last half of the tournament. This is all they have, and this is a big match for them to be able to get into the World Cup. So if they can come out with confidence in the second half and create opportunities and have the confidence to shoot the ball, I think they'll do a lot better in the second half.
All eyes on Shirley Cruz. She was the most dangerous player for Costa Rica in the first half. For Mexico, well, they can't get into a prevent defense, if you will. They can't start thinking about protecting this 1-goal lead. Once they let their foot off the pedal, that's when they're going to get themselves in trouble. But defensively, they've been pretty sound, and they just have to tip their hats to Cruz because she hit a great shot. But other than that, they've kept Costa Rica at bay. Players have returned to the field. Mexico will begin the second half with the ball and a 1-goal lead. Carrie Seitz handed out 1 yellow card. That was to Dioselina Valderrama in half number 1. And she gets half number 2 underway. This is it. 45 minutes, as Tracy just said, left in their Gold Cup for both of these teams. Dominguez takes a touch. Cross in. Good tackle by Briceno. When Dominguez took that one for the team. Our team of Leyva pressuring on the far side.
And I think you're exactly right when you said that Mexico can't protect this 1-goal lead. You never want to protect a lead if you only have 1 goal and you still have a whole second half to play. And in these conditions, anything can happen. A simple shot on goal could lead to a goal.
We already saw it. It is Mora getting the gift goal off the corner kick. Partly to blame for the wet conditions, partly to blame for the poor clearance in front. Here's Antunez. Jumps out of a tackle. Judge should have touched it last. Trujillo, the Costa Rica captain. She literally swings from her hip when she strikes the ball. She does. I mean, really, that's how you get distance on long passes. Just pointing out her good technique.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I wish I could do that. I'm not flexible. I've got to work on my flexibility.
Monica Vergara retrieves the ball from a puddle that's collected behind the benches. Most of the country has to understand rain in these parts is nearly unheard of the last few years. Ever since the last El Nino phenomenon, they claim that this will be another El Nino winter, and it's beginning with a bang. All this rain is playing havoc on life here in the Southland, and also in this match. On elevated foot, Mora catching Briceno, and a yellow card for the woolly-haired Mora. And he's not too repentant, but tell you what, the ball kind of hides it, but I think she catches Briceno pretty good.
Yeah, she got her there. Just got to take that yellow card and walk away.
Mora very feisty. Nothing more than exchange of words from these women. Ricardo Rodriguez made one substitution in the first half, bringing on Monica Salazar. He does have Erica Castro, who scored tons of goals. And Martha Chavez, another option off the bench offensively. And he's Mora, the only substitution for Mexico so far. We also haven't mentioned that Monica Gerardo is out, or at least out of the starting lineup. She is on the bench and available because of a sprained ankle. And as you were saying, your teammate, Monica, struggled through ankle injuries. And I'm sure if she was 100%, she would have been in the starting 11.
Yeah, and I know she probably wants to be out there right now. Some players just have weaker ankles, or they have a tendency for ankle sprains. Unfortunately, Monica
is one of those. Patty Perez fouled as we played 5 minutes in the second half. There's Monica Salazar. Only substitution so far for Costa Rica. Ball boy on the far side, slipping and yep. Not so much dirty as soaking wet. I know the tournament organizers not happy about the rain. It's going to keep some fans at home. But the real fans, the diehards, they'll be here. I'm sure lots of these kids in attendance haven't seen much rain growing up here in Southern California over the years. Gonzalez gets it away. Gonzalez has one of Mexico's 2 goals. Good slide tackle that time by Segura. Good turn. Dominguez. The shot. And Herra, it was walking as if it was well wide, and it was. You can see why the deflection. Herra getting her fist ready. Ready to punch anything her way. Ball or otherwise. She stays on her line. It falls for Gonzalez. She collides with Trujillo. Trying to give a little extracurricular. And that was well held on to by Herra at the far post.
It looked like Gonzalez did well to settle it for her first touch, and she wanted to get a shot on goal, obviously with her foot, and it looked like it was just behind Trujillo.
Yep. It's actually one that you got to try to play first time. Well, Mexico have done one thing to start this half, and that is prevent Costa Rica from getting any rhythm. A bit disjointed, stop and start play. Hitting the Mexicans, who have this 1-goal lead. Good win by Susie Mora. She's been solid defensively. And now Gonzalez, who we saw pushing forward in the first half quite often, sitting back at home. Mora. Dominguez offside. And Anise has got to do a better job, I think, that time of picking her head up and reading what the defense is giving her.
I was just going to say that the defender was clearly going with Dominguez, and she was by far offside, so Anise should have just taken the ball herself, and she would have had opportunity for a shot on goal.
I think so. It would have opened up nicely for her as she continued to her right. A good win by Susie Mora. Briceno. Dominguez takes it off her face. It caroms to Vergara. She gives it away. Mora again, making sure nothing's happening on her side. Keeping tabs on Megan Chavez. Briceno. Good switch. First time ball by Cynthia Lopez. Lopez with the 1 glove. Keeping out of puddles and some tackles. Plays it on the ground. Great flick. Campos can't pull the trigger. Megan Chavez flat-footed, never had a chance. Cruz losing her balance as she went to strike it. Gotta have a go when you can. Chavez nearly got called for the elevated foot, kept it down. Salazar will get it. Cruz holding off Vergara. Cruz cuts it back. Campos has looked a bit shaky. She's had some opportunities. Great ball for Mora. Mora has a step, cuts it inside. Mora left foot, the keeper's out. Eddie's a step over. Off the post. Off the post. Salazar clears it away. By an idea. Dominguez. Her ball blocked. Eddie's Mora nearly had her second goal, but the post had other ideas. Well, the one thing Mora's certainly going to be able to take, I think, for this tournament, back to her matches for UCLA, she has to be more efficient on the ball right there. The longer she stayed on the ball, the longer that allowed Costa Rica to get back and then caught a break.
Yeah, when you're one-on-one, you've got to maybe pull the trigger after one or two step overs or moves, but she tried to do a little bit too much, and I thought the ball was going to go well wide, but...
Yeah, the deflection. This one get back on target. Dominguez, a touch and go into the space. Dominguez. Oh, that's it. I think it's an opportunity. You got to let him play. Jacqueline Saez, the Panamanian assistant referee on the near side, raising her flag. Both players clutching and grabbing. Segura there defensively for Costa Rica. I was saying before the match, you're my witness, I love Carrie Sites. But I just feel like in this match, with so much at stake, just let them play.
I agree. She's calling a little bit too much and calling it a little too tight.
Yeah, a bit too tight. Cruz, speaking of tight, gets out of a tight situation. The pullback cleared away as Romero and Gonzalez collided and were down in the area. Good early ball to Dominguez. Two more defenders collide, but this time for Costa Rica, Briceno. The play picking up. Costa Rica has to force the issue. Cruz, good turn. Look at Patty Perez. Perez on her bike from all the way on the other side to get back defensively. Dominguez beyond Leyva. In everyone deep. Molina off her line, the edge of her area. 21-year-old knocks it out of play. Jacqueline Alvarez, leading goal scorer for Costa Rica, coming into the tournament. 63 goals in 35 matches. She's had a pretty quiet tournament. She was the one recognized gun that Costa Rica had. Maybe that's part of the reason she's drawing most of the attention. That allowed Megan Chavez and Shirley Cruz to step up to the attack. The smiles on the Costa Rica bench still. They have a little over half hour remaining. Trying to time this match once again. to Vergara. Looked on by Gonzalez. Dominguez. Knocked away by Segura. Vergara again, good throw in. Dominguez, here comes a double team. Trujillo's there. Has to go off of her last. Good defending that time in numbers by Costa Rica. And Vergara will take her third straight throw in, but this time deep in the final third of Costa Rica. On the reach of Valderrama. Cruz is fouled. Cruz did well to get herself in front for Valderrama to get the foul. Into the final half hour we go. Rain has not let up. Cruz on the ground. Shaky clearance. Alvarez, an easy foul to call.
That one's a little easier to spot when you just take both your hands and
pull the
her
defender
down.
back, yeah. Guess Romero wasn't willing to give her a piggyback ride. Sandoval takes the restart. Costa Rica, Valderrama. Briceno doesn't get all of it. In fact, missed most of it. Perez deflected on the way through. Mora again holding it down on her side. Mora get called for the foul here. Had a chance to play it, didn't. Compounded matters. It hit scary sights. She can't complete the pass. Costa Rica gets some numbers forward. Well, in comes the aforementioned Erica Castro. And Antunez will check in as well. Molina. Cruz did well to keep playing. Molina needed a couple chances to catch it cleanly. Run it down by Briceno. Chavez. Deflected. Cruz will get to it. Cross in. Chavez. Trying to keep it alive, cleared away. Only as far, though, as Rodriguez. Straight to Molina. At halftime, the grounds crew came on and got out the huge air tanks and tried to dry up some of these puddles. They've done a pretty good job. So Alvarez, we were just talking about, prolific goal scorer coming into the tournament. As our Gold Cup come to an end, in the 63rd minute, replaced by Erica Castro. Erica Castro can score goals herself, had 40 goals in 40 appearances at the beginning of the tournament. And Valderrama is the player that's replaced by Antunez. So each coach has one more substitution remaining. Here's Mora. She's been on the ball. She's been dangerous. Bounces one in. Comes back her direction. East on the ground. Antunez can't win it. Trujillo keeps chugging along back there. Cruz is 17. I mentioned in the first half she has to step up and shoulder some of the scoring load, and she's done her part with a goal. Monica Gonzalez has done her part too. She has a goal along with Edith Mora. And they have a 2-1 lead. No goals in this half. Antunez to Mora. Another corner kick.
I think Costa Rica has definitely stolen some momentum for coming into the second half, and I think if their defense can remain strong, they can continue to get more going up top. And I think that maybe if Perez and Cruz can hold the ball and do a better job of holding the ball up top and wait for them to transition to offense, they can get more going up top.
Good point. Minute 65. Headed away by Briceno. She's put out most of the fires back there defensively. And a free kick for Costa Rica. You see Antunez offside. She's trying to hold herself. Cruz. Wrong direction, Dominguez. Lets it bounce, falls to the ground. Step over through one tackle. Briceno is there. So is Cynthia Lopez. And it forward by Mora. Mora, the shot. Oh, it gets through. The flag stays down. And MEX Dominguez might have scored the goal that sends Mexico into the playoff.
Well, that's exactly what Mexico needed in this match, and I think Costa Rica kind of gave them a gift and tried to send the ball across the face of the goal to clear it, and that gave it right to Mora. She had a great shot there, far post, and Dominguez was there to clean it up.
It wasn't hit well. Again, a defender throwing off Herra. Right there. That was Trujillo, and that left the door open for an unmarked Dominguez. And she finally gets a goal for all her hard work. The first time tonight, Costa Rica trailing by 2 goals. An uphill climb in the rain. Easier said than done. Cruz plays through the jersey pull from Gonzalez. Chavez battling with Perez. Perez a couple step overs to buy herself some time and space. Shoots Mora, bangs it out of play first time. Headed on. And right there, that's when your defender's got to make the play. Herra took one step too many. She couldn't get to it. Again, we've seen since the semifinals began, teams buckling under the pressure. Mora, good touch. She goes down. And we're going to get the foul. And I think Herra's going to be in some trouble. Minute 68, she is.
I'm sure Herra here would rather give up a yellow card than a goal, so I think it was a good, smart decision by her. She didn't totally take her out to get a red card, so she was smart there to come off the line.
Trying to take matters into her own hands. Briceno in the wall, along with Segura, Rodriguez, and Chavez. 4. Headed toward goal. Good save. Great save by Herra, best of the match. Gonzalez tried to cut it back along the in line, knocked out of play.
That was a great opportunity again for Mexico. Well-struck free kick, and Herra just makes a great save, like you said.
Yep, well positioned at the end of the wall. The wall broke apart. Melanie Moore, she didn't start the match, but she's had a big impact getting a goal and setting up the third for Mexico. Looking for Gonzalez, cleared away by Briceno. The volley out of the air, hit. Banged up field. Long run for Erica Castro. Good pressure though. Castro turns, working on Mora. Hasn't been anything happening on the right side of the attack for Costa Rica. Cruz, Houdini again. Gets out of the tight space on the far side. Antunez. Nondescript clearance. Antunez tracking back. The shot in over the head of Molina and just over the ball. That was Campos pulling the trigger.
Well, that was how the first goal came, so Campos said, hey, I'll try that again. And just misses.
Yeah, she does. Trying to pick out that corner. Molina was late getting that. Sandoval. Nearby Cal State Fullerton. And a goal early in the tournament at Titan Stadium. A goal I'm sure she'll remember. Again, Mexico exploiting the spaces. Trujillo is going to lose his foot race with Mora. Mora, Dominguez, their hand up. Poor clearance. Herra punches it away in front of Dominguez. Again, we're seeing the crunch end of the tournament how magnified defensive miscues are. Costa Rica have given Mexico 2 gift goals, and that is the difference. Inside the final 20 minutes, Dominguez from behind. Another throw in at midfield. Castro wins the throw in, but they get it right. It is the right call. Vergara trudges through the rain to take the throw in. Gonzalez, good flick. Briceno taken off the ball by Antunez, and then Briceno commits the foul. Falling right on top of Antunez. No doubt about it. On the ground, Mora stabs at it to control it. Played over the top. Outside flag was up. Carrying Sights acknowledged it. Play continues. Trujillo. Only as far as Leyva. Good win by Chavez. Antunez. Antunez, advantage could have been played, but the foul given. Antunez plays for Southern California Blues. One of the local area women's club teams.
We used to battle with the Blues when I was younger.
The Blues and Ajax, some good strong teams. Girls/women's soccer. Now, which team did you play for?
The Blazers.
The Blazers.
I think
a plug
it's
for the Blazers.
SoCal United now.
Oh, okay. Well, everyone undergoes a name change. Minute 74. Patty Perez and Mexico in firm control. 2-goal lead and possession. Mora to the inline. Pulls it back. Keeps the ball moving. She goes down. Campos clears it away. Chavez, good little turn, plays it upfield, but Susie Mora has not given her an inch, or anyone else trying her on that side. She's been as dominant as anyone defensively for Mexico in this match all tournament long. Minute 75. More chasing, unable to get to it. Look at Salazar. They're throwing for Mexico, who now have time on their side. And think about salting the rest of the match away. Costa Rica seemingly unable to put up much more of a fight. A couple soft goals have really taken the wind out of their sails. Just unable to sustain enough of an attack to keep Mexico on their heels. The pressure probably was on Mexico at the beginning of the match to beat Costa Rica. And handled the pressure quite well. Headed down, Trujillo leaves it for Herra. Punt for her. Won by Mora. I mean, nothing's getting in behind her. Costa Rica stuck on that side, unable to get the ball switched efficiently enough throughout the match. That's why when they've gotten pegged on one side, they've been kept there. All good news for Mexico. The body language of Costa Rica beginning to tell it all. Antunez. Shaky clearances. Briceno gives it a whack. Gonzalez off her chest. Left-footed shot. Ambitious. But why not? Gonzalez staying in her own half more. And at the edges of the attack after being the centerpiece in the first half. She's showing her versatility throughout the tournament, playing in both defense and midfield.
And I think Mexico is just wearing down Costa Rica, and whatever they had left from their previous matches, I think is pretty much gone. They don't have the fire and the spunk that they had in the first half, and even in the beginning of the second half.
That fire snuffed out by the goal, the third goal in the rain. Dominguez. Great run. She keeps it in front of Trujillo. Trujillo just says, that's it. I've done enough defending. And goes for the foul. In the mid of Trujillo. Short on stature, long on heart. She plays so hard.
She does.
The scissor kick on Dominguez leads to this free kick. I can't say enough about the effort from everyone in this tournament. All 8 teams. Not the teams only playing here on the final day. Into the wall, deflected, but Briceno, she's been steady. Mora, another header win. Each coach has one more substitution at their disposal. Campos working herself forward, closer to midfield before she threw it in. Castro, hounded and harassed, takes the foul. Lopez trying to get the obstruction call. She got it through the legs. The defender in front of her. Trying to do it again, but Gonzalez wins it. She loses the battle thanks to leverage, as a much smaller Rodriguez was able to sneak in underneath her to win it. Dominguez trying to find Mora. Mora a bit lazy, On the near side, needs to be much closer to her strike partner. We talked about Mexico wearing out Costa Rica. I think Leonardo Cuellar's worn out Monica Gonzalez, not only in this match, but throughout the tournament.
She has been solid for Mexico, and she's been their go-to player.
Yep, and I think she's been their MVP.
I agree. She's had to step up because people weren't producing goals. Her as a defender, I think, has the most goals for the team for the tournament. So she's done a great job and has had a great tournament.
Concedes the foul here. The ensuing free kick by Briceno headed down inside the final 10 minutes. There's a chance for Costa Rica. Look to be offside. The flag stayed down. Molina gets it away. Mexico opened the scoring on a penalty kick from Monica Gonzalez before Shirley Cruz hit a terrific long-range bomb to make it 1-1. But before halftime, Eddie Mora able to sneak in a corner kick at the near post. Underneath header to make it 2-1. And Mora set up Dominguez for a third goal, and she's done again for a fourth. Mexico are on their way to the playoff yet again.
Well, it was a good moment for Eddie coming off the bench here. She did the right thing, sent the ball through one touch to Dominguez, who was wide open.
Great header. Had a step away from her line. When you said Gonzalez was, we agreed, player of the tournament for Mexico. Well, the player of the match has to be Eddie Mora. She's come in and she's had a hand in the 3 goals that now separate Mexico and Costa Rica. Good stuff from the UCLA freshman. An older freshman at 21. Fantastic first-time crossover, as you said, right on the money. Maybe Dominguez heard us talking about her at the beginning of the game. We talked about she was the one that had lots of chances throughout the tournament. Even against the United States, she was the one player getting in dangerous positions, but really unable to put it all together until now. Mexico beat Argentina 6-3 on aggregate, home and away, back in '99 to qualify for the first World Cup. Their opponent yet to be determined. Who knows who will come out of that qualification group. China is through as one of the representatives for Asia as the host country. Of course, China the long-time power there. Could be Japan, could be South Korea. Who knows? Antunez. We're going to get the substitution. More hijinks from the ball kids at the match. So it'll be Martha Chavez in for Megan Chavez. Third and final substitution. Megan Chavez has a pair of 2-goal games. So one sister replaces the other. And jersey pull on Gonzalez as Cruz had gotten out of the triple team. And Gonzalez could be in some trouble with carry sights. And then from Molina. Had a great tournament. Now it's just a matter of seeing the final 5 minutes through. That one coming in! And she just was able to touch it over the bar. Molina made the mistake of taking a step to the ball instead of holding her ground, and she almost paid.
Yeah, she did there. She was lucky to just get that over the bar. She had to backpedal to get back to her spot.
Five minutes to go. Costa Rica on the corner. Coming in will be Siordia for, I believe that was the number 7, Valderrama. So Siordia in. Third final substitution. Low and out of play. Like fatigue that time. The reason for the poor corner. It eats through one. Taken off the ball by Briceno. It eats wisely lets her have it. Work itself out of play. Well, Tracy, Mexico have accomplished the first half of their mission. They still have quite a bit of work to do. Let's talk now about the United States and Canada. These two developing a pretty good rivalry. The U.S. has been consistent throughout. Canada, I think, a bit of a hiccup against Mexico in the semis. How will they respond?
Well, if Canada is going to want to do well against the United States, they're going to have to take that last game out of their memory bank and go with what they've been doing all tournament, which is pouring on the goals. They have to continue to be offensive-minded, and they can't let the United States, I mean, they respect the United States, but they can't let them take them out of what they do best, which is attack and score. So, but the United States has loved the Canadian players' numbers, so I'm sure they'll be ready for them in the defense.
The United States defense has been the best in the tournament, and they have yet to allow a goal. So it'll be very tough against the high-flying and high-scoring Canadians. And that match will start about a half an hour after this one comes to an end. Actually, that match will be coming up right after this one. Originally, the match was slated for a 7:30 kickoff. It will be just about there. We did have a bit of a delay because of the first match. Started slow. Or started late, I should say. 2 minutes to go. Mexico, I think now solidifying themselves as the third best team in the region consistently.
I'm sure they would argue that even third place, but
they've gotten themselves into the ranks of where they can separate themselves from the Haitis, the Guatemalas, the Jamaicas, the Panamas, some of the teams we've seen in the tournament, plus others. And before, where the line was a bit blurry. Leyva taking the foul. Give a lot of credit to Leonardo Cuellar, who's solidified the post here. Well, he's only 2 matches away from taking his women back to the World Cup. '90th minute. I think the big part of this metamorphosis for Mexico is when they started looking north of the border for players to represent Mexico. And I think the Mexican players, just like the Canadian players, have benefited from playing in the United States, which has helped close the gap, if I can say it, on the United States. In some ways, the United States a victim of their own success. It's everyone trying to copy what the U.S. has done over the years.
I agree, and that the competition is so great at the collegiate level even, and a lot of the players that are on the national team right now for the United States weren't noticed until collegiately or even in the WUSA. So I think it's a good foundation and a good forum for players to get seen and get brought up.
On the whole, the women's soccer in the region has just grown by leaps and bounds, and the 2002 Women's Gold Cup providing evidence of that. Working inside the first minute of 2 that have been added on by Carrie Seitz. This was a 1-1 match, but Mexico have scored 3 unanswered. 1 in the second half, or in the first half, for a 2-1 lead at halftime, and then twice in this half. Long range shot, Herra knocks it down. He only get to it, and this will take us into the second and final minute. When you just feel bad for Costa Rica as well. They've come a long way, literally and figuratively. They battled through the cold in Canada. They lose their final 2 matches of the tournament, and they'll have to swallow hard and certainly take the moral victory and move on. Only back to Sandoval. Make sure you stay with us for the Gold Cup Championship match. Heavyweight showdown between the United States and Canada. Molina upper line scoops it up, and that should do it. Mexico beat Costa Rica 4-1 and take 3rd place, and more importantly, qualify for the playoff and see if they can make it to their 2nd straight World Cup. Well, they did what they set out to accomplish and win it by a final score of 4-1 over Costa Rica.
The rules have changed. Now there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades, plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. The revolutionary new Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you. And if you call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt with your video. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of One.
Unlock your senses. Reality goes beyond the 4 elements. Fifth Element on Fox Sports World, home of world-class soccer.
Hi, I'm Prince Albert of Monaco, and as a 5-time Olympian, I'm proud and pleased to tell you about the upcoming Central American and Caribbean Games in El Salvador. This is the 19th time these games are held. In fact, since 1926, they've been held continuously every 4 years. Beginning on November 23rd through December 7th, 5,000 athletes from 32 different countries will compete in 37 different sports in El Salvador.
Montreal, you used to be winners. Now you're just whiners. Boo! We are different. We are French. Shut up. You're not even real French anyway. Like those guys from Denmark, man. In Vancouver, we're real. Yeah, the championship BC Lions, they're really gonna kick some Alouette butt. Poutine sucks. BC rules.
CFL, the rivalry lives on.
What's up, dudes?
Mexico win their final match of the Gold Cup, and with it, take third place and qualify for the playoff against the third place team from Asia. A 3-goal outburst after the match was tied at a goal apiece is the difference. As we take a look at the highlights, we begin in the first half. The shot by Dominguez going just wide. Then in minute 17, MEX Gonzalez tucks home the penalty kick. It was 1-0, and then Shirley Cruz ties the score with a bomb from long range. Great strike by Cruz, and Costa Rica had life. They were looking very good until this corner kick. And Mora just into the match, her first touch. Poor clearance to the near post. And it was 2-1. Second half, Mora on the ball. Her shot hits the post. Costa Rica hanging around. In on a play arm. Looking on. Pensive. Costa Rica going down a goal, but then a mistake. Trujillo lets it run through. Herra can't get to it, and MEX Dominguez makes it 3-1. Mora setting it up. 3-1. Chance for Costa Rica to pull a goal back, but straight into the hands of Molina. And then Mora again. Dominguez again. And Mora, player of the game for Mexico. She has a hand in the 3 goals that pull Mexico away from Costa Rica. They win it by a final score of 4-1. Final stats, Mexico racking up 20 shots in the match, 10 corner kicks as well. The 3 yellow cards of little significance issued by Carey Sites as Mexico do what they set out to do and take third place by beating Costa Rica 4-1. And for Costa Rica, they played hard but just came up short in the end, and no look to move ahead next time. For Mexico, still more work to be done, but they'll be celebrating tonight. It was raining in Pasadena, but the sun is shining on Mexico as they take third place in the 2002 Women's Gold Cup. So that's the story. For the entire crew, my producer Luis Valenzuela, for my partner Tracy Milburn, I've been your host Alan Hopkins. We thank you so much for watching the Gold Cup on Fox Sports World.
is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades, plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. The revolutionary new Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
What's your EPL fantasy? Watching Beckham at Old Trafford, Owen at Anfield, and Rhea at Highbury. Play the EPL Fantasy Challenge at FoxSportsWorld.com, and you could be off to England to see them in person. Plus, every week, the top scorer wins an EPL jersey of their choosing. Register your EPL Fantasy Challenge team today at FoxSportsWorld.com.
Who would want to live in a semi-frozen, mosquito-infested backwater like Winnipeg? You stink! And the stench is beginning to rub off on your loser pig poo bombers! Maybe your football team will leave town too after the Rough Riders kick your butt!
CFL, the rivalry lives on.
Riders rule!
A way of expressing, a way of interpreting, a way of life. The Scottish Premier League is on display as 12 teams render their souls while defending their pride to become the new king in the league that defines champion spirit. The Scottish Premier League on Fox Sports World, your home of world-class soccer.
So it's a big welcome to Vergara here in France for this Oxbow Clothing 5th edition motocross extravaganza. We've got some 750 assorted motorcycle riders with about 450 assorted mountain bike riders. 120 races for them to choose from. Celebrities like Jean-Michel Bale and the current 250 motocross champion Frederic Vollet, the enduro rider Stefan Peter Hansel. They're here, the crowd are here. This is going to be fun. Yes, indeed, we've sifted through the footage and we've selected some of the best action shots from the event for you to enjoy. So all I can say is sit back and enjoy. The action here in Vergara, France was very, very fierce, very competitive, right from the youngest ages on the smaller bikes to the bigger guys riding the classic machinery. They were all here. Preparations for the event were absolutely impeccable. Hospitality was superb. The crowd were basking in the sunshine and lapping up the action like you've not seen before. Racing wasn't just about modern bikes. We had the classics here as well, and some beautiful pieces of machinery meticulously turned out for this day, making this 5th edition of this Oxbow Motocross Extravaganza one that everybody would surely remember. Well, it's enough of this classic nostalgia. Let's go down to the start line now and enjoy some of the action from the modern motocross machines. The action wasn't just from the motocross boys. We had some of the top mountain bike boys in the world. Also some of the top freestylers in mountain bike also doing their stuff. Plus the freestyle motocross boys were on hand to show what Supermen are all about. No off-road extravaganza would be complete without the antics of the BMX boys.
On Fox Sports World, home of world-class soccer.
La Liga, Spain's internationally renowned soccer league, comes to you on Fox Sports World starting September 14th. Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, and all their rivals will do battle exclusively on Fox Sports World. La Liga, this Sunday on Fox Sports World.
This is Fox Sports World.
Now strikes it. What a goal! This is fantastic. Chavez sneaks it in.
Before the 2002 Women's Gold Cup began, the U.S. and Canada were set for a collision course. Here they meet in the 2002 Women's Gold Cup final, with both already assured spots at the World Cup in China. But bragging rights certainly on the line here. A couple months ago, the U.S. edged Canada under 19 championship, and the Canadians have not forgot it. The U.S. are looking to make it 2 for 2 over Canada in regional championships. The U.S., Canada, part 2. The Gold Cup final next. Welcome to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, the United States taking on Canada for the 2002 Women's Gold Cup Championship. And let's listen in to the Canadian national anthem. They played in the Gold Cup, as has the United States, and now the American national anthem. and loud crowd here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. The United States and Canada fighting it out once again for regional supremacy. Some say there's not much on the line, but I think there certainly is quite a bit at stake. Regional pride, certainly one of them. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the United States. MEXvCRC in goal. We look at the starting 11. Milbritt's been outstanding throughout the entire tournament. Kate Sobrero in the back line. Foudy, Parlow, Lilly, and Fawcett. Everyone has been outstanding. The U.S. yet to allow a goal in the tournament. The defense will be put to the task today against a Canadian side that's allowed one goal but has scored 25 times in the tournament, feasting off weak opposition. Sinclair, the tournament's leading goal scorer, with 7. She was the leading goal scorer in the Under-19 Women's World Cup just a couple months ago. And Charmaine Hooper, she has 6 goals, but 9 against the United States, the most ever for any one player versus the U.S. Ellen Hopkins alongside Tracy Milburn. Tracy, this was what we've been waiting for. U.S. and Canada. Your thoughts before the kickoff?
Well, I'm excited as well as I know these players are excited to play each other. It's going to be a great game and a great battle for the whole 90 minutes, and I think both teams are ready, and they're not going to be happy with just making it here to the finals.
In some ways, the pressure is off. In some ways, it's on. And Canada looking to make that step, looking to beat the U.S. on home soil in a tournament. Evan Pelleroon has beaten the U.S. before as coach of Norway back in the '95 edition of the World Cup. He's taking over this Canadian team. He was disappointed with their performance against Mexico, feeling like his team didn't respond very well to the pressure of the match. And if not for 2 own goals by Mexico, they would have played before this final championship match.
I don't think they responded too well either coming into Mexico, and they only won 2-0 again with 2 own goals, and I think that they've got to be a lot more prepared today, and I think a lot of that pressure is off of them, obviously, and is on the United States today. So hopefully they'll come out a little looser and a little more relaxed and have a little more confidence today.
Will be interesting to see how open this match is. Both coaches have hinted that with the hard work already done qualifying for the World Cup, it could be a very open and attack-minded match. Of course, all that talk coming before the kickoff. Look at the Canadian bench. Diane Perez-James for Guyana is our referee. She's joined by Isabel Tovar of Mexico and Linda Bramble of TNT. 28 previous meetings between these two countries. The U.S. holds a big advantage. 23 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses all time. And we're underway. The 2002 Women's Gold Cup Final. The 16th and final match of this tournament. Tournament began right here on October 27th. And nearly 3 weeks later, it comes to an end. Candace Chapman. Good ball floated in. The U.S. defense, which has been outstanding, to say the least. Here's Foudy, the captain. Here's Kate Sobrero. Cindy Parlow. And those long limbs after it. Brianna Boyd clears it away. As I mentioned, the U.S. with a big advantage all the time, but only 4-2-2 in the last 8 matches. Since 2001, 2-2 in the last 5. Throwing for the U.S. That one hit the corner flag. Right in front of Randy Hermes. Tiffany Roberts. The throw in. Good tackle by Sombrero. Roberts floats it in. The rain not as heavy as we saw in the first match, which will certainly aid both clubs. But now rain has stopped. The throw-in didn't look quite right.
We're on this side.
In previous matches, we've seen the United States take a little time to get rolling offensively, and I think that a key thing in this match that they're going to have to do is score on the opportunities that they do create early on in this game.
Coach Heinrichs was genuinely thrilled. The excitement level of her players after they beat Costa Rica and qualified for China 2003. I think that surprised her. The U.S., accustomed to so much success, the defending World Cup champions, are indeed very happy to be here. Hooper takes the ball off of Joy Fawcett. Played back in by Sinclair. Kara Lang pressuring. Bowdy to the other side. Kat Reddick. Great ball to Tiffany Milbert. Tiffany Milbert just wide. Well, Tiffany Milbert, 6 goals in the tournament. Of course, we saw her go for 5 against the Panamanians, and that was a good shot right there.
She's so fast, and I love to see her run and use her speed, and I think that's smart by the United States to play a through ball there over the Canadian defense and let her use her speed and her advantage.
Well, one of the surprises, I think, for the U.S. women, there's not a whole lot with such an established team of players, but Kat Reddick has been solid throughout. She was the one who played that great long ball over the top. Maybe the one question mark April Heinrichs had in, but I think she's answered those questions with sterling performances.
She has been really solid in the back, and she's been one of the only players to play every game of the tournament.
Every minute.
I think she's doing a great job. She's a young player, and she's got a lot to prove, but I think she's done well in the situations that she has been in.
Still playing at the University of North Carolina for Anson Dorrance. Pellerud, as I mentioned earlier, beaten the U.S. before with Norway. In fact, Norway and Canada have faced the U.S. more than any other country. Known it, she's been very solid. Plays for the Atlanta Beat with Charmaine Hooper.
And with Cindy Parlow,
yep.
So I'm sure she knows most of her moves.
Brittany Timko hits the back of Chastain. Hooper trying to grab Chastain. Parlow pokes it forward for Milbert. Turned away by Nonen. Kate Sombrero. Stand out at the University of Notre Dame, helped them win a national championship. Been a solid performer for the U.S. women since '99. Went to Detroit Country Day High School with a certain basketball player named Chris Webber. Some say Sombrero was the better of the two athletes. High praise, nonetheless. Foul favoring the U.S. Allie Wagner scored the first goal for the U.S. in the tournament. U.S. beat Mexico 2-0 to open their Gold Cup. Back clearance. LeBlanc. She covers it up. I don't know if she kept it in.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but I don't think she did either.
Yeah, it looked like the ball had gotten out of play. two teams have just stormed through the competition. Each have won all 4 of their matches so far. And have racked up a collective 47 goals and have only allowed 1.
Wow.
We expected to see the U.S. and Canada, and that's what we've gotten. We certainly hope for an entertaining match, and it's starting out very much a tight affair. Third meeting between these countries for the Concacaf crown, with the U.S. winning the previous 2. The last meeting in the Concacaf championships, coming back a couple of years ago in 2000, U.S. won 4-1 in Louisville, Kentucky. Shannon Mack scored twice. Mia Hamm and Tiffany Milbrett had the other goals. Fouling. Delightful ball, Tiffany Milbrett. Excuse me, Tiffany Roberts. Right first name. And able to keep it. Roberts' versatility. She can play in the back, can play in the midfield, can play wide in the midfield, can play central in the midfield, can play defensive midfield, attacking midfield. She's one of those key players for April Heinrichs. And I think for Tiffany, she'll take it. Getting back to the national team picture. As long as her name's on the first team sheet, she won't say much. A flick from Milbrett looking her way. It'll be interesting to see how the Canadian defense responds. This is by far their toughest match. Haven't had anyone that could even threaten the goal, even in an occasional opportunity. Reddick. Good clearance. Candace Chapman. Brings it to the University of Notre Dame. Knocked away from Kara Lang. The Heinrichs had nothing but high praise for Kara Lang and Sinclair. Bounced in. Scurry able to cover up. Scurry yet to allow a goal in the tournament. So along with Lakeisha Bean. Controlled by Fawcett. The San Diego Spirit in the WSA. Looking forward to Allie Wagner. Wagner stand out at the defending NCAA champions, Santa Clara Broncos. See several players in this tournament returning to their college teams. Just in time for the playoffs, right around the corner. Certainly the teams have missed their star players, but what a huge boost to get players who've been playing at this high level back for the playoffs.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. There's Kara Lang. A bad ball. Fawcett clears it away. Hooper being cloaked by a pair of defenders. Knocks it back first time. The ball will have just enough legs to get over the end line for a goal kick.
Well, both of these teams' defenses haven't been tested throughout the whole tournament, so I think that it's going to be the defense that stays composed and stays more organized that's going to get the win here. And I think that the United States maybe have an advantage over the Canadian defense because of the fact that they're used to playing teams that don't really threaten them or pose much threat to them. And coming into a big game like this, they're ready. And I'm not sure if the Canadian team is used to blowing teams out every game and then having to step up the intensity level and play a team like the United States.
Well, one thing for sure, they've weathered the early storm, as has the Rose Bowl. The rain is let up for the time being. Good news for the quality of play. Wagner takes it away from Timko. Wagner doesn't hit enough of it. Hooper, good win. Such a physical player. Using her body again to hold it. Surrounded by red jerseys. He gives it up. Now, Silvana Bertini. Cooper goes down. Wagner inside the center circle. Wants to play it long and does to Milbert. Milbert has a step. Milbert, the chip! Into the hands of LeBlanc. And twice they've fouled Tiffany Milbert, and twice she's had good looks at goal.
Well, that's working for them. Tiffany Milbert that time saw a little open space over the head of LeBlanc. Tried to chip it over, but didn't get enough on it.
Wagner doing the same, but easily handled by LeBlanc. She plays for the Boston Breakers. And WSA as well.
I think it's good to test LeBlanc early. We've seen her in a couple games kind of making some risky plays. Even though she hasn't really been tested, she's come off her line a few times when she didn't need to. So I think it's smart to test her out early.
Sobrero gets it away as the Puddles twice claim passes. Fawcett. Sinclair. Well away from the goal, which suits the U.S. just fine. Sobrero heads it away. Milbert got a foot in there. Timko back. Timko on the ground. Good first time ball. Foudy looking to play long. Blocked by Timko. Handball. Timko, the youngster, just 17. He's the hard-working player in the midfield for Evan Pellerood. Kat Reddick. Chastain didn't hit it well. Turned back her direction. Good clearance, in fact. All the way back in the U.S. half. Wagner outside the right foot ball, chested down by Cindy Parlow. Parlow trying to get it through the legs of Timko. She slides to win it. Reddick. Bertini there. Sinclair giving chase. Sinclair was on the losing end of that Under 19 Women's World Cup, the first Women's World Cup of that kind. Sold out crowd in Canada, saw the home team lose to the U.S. And that has really sparked this rivalry. The U.S. played their first ever international against Canada back on July of 1986. And 2 days later, they lost to Canada for the first time. Canada have only beaten them twice since. Chapman trying to get to the in line. Picking off the ball by Christine Lilly. Quarter of an hour gone here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. No score between U.S. and Canada. Two teams expected to be in this final. Foudy touches it forward. Good catch by Wagner. Creative stuff in the rain. Inside for Sobrero on the ground forward. Oh, errant touch from Randy Hermes. No throw-in for the U.S. Milbert. As the rain has returned. Roberts. Hooper. Can't control it. Sobrero. Parlow trying to leave it for Milbert. Milbert wins it. Good hold. Milbert. Wrecking traffic. Trying to play it through. Never had a chance. Milbert. The first time ball. Foudy. With the head of Milbert looking for Parlow. Fawcett. That's keeping everything very simple in the back.
I think on that last chance for the United States, it took a little too long to switch from right to left and to develop Tiffany Milbrick kind of telling the far side player, I think it was Lily, to make that run, and she could have just played it to Wagner, and Wagner could have maybe saw somebody else that played it to her.
Fowdy able to regain her footing and draws the foul in the process. Andrea Neal, the guilty party. U.S. beginning with Mia Hamm, Shannon McMillan, Heather O'Reilly, Angela Huckley, Lori Fair, and Jenny Benson, along with backup keeper Lakeisha Bean on the bench. The volley is wide. Vergara, Melanie Booth, Sasha Andrews, Claire Rustad, Amy Walsh, Carmelina Moscato, Erin McLeod, and Christina Kiss, who's had a pretty decent tournament, on the bench for Evan Pelleroux. Charmaine Hooper scored 3 goals in the 2 Canadian victories over the U.S. since 1986. Certainly a big advantage for Canada to have Hooper. Oh, poor clearance. Hooper's on it. Trying to set it up for Timko, but there's Fowdy. Kara Lang showed too much of the ball to Allie Wagner. Wagner gets it forward. Only as far as Chapman. Chapman, the cross. Brianna Scurry wandering off her line. Chastain has it. Playing with either foot. Her footer gets it to Milbrick. Milbrick winning it. It's tough from Canada right now. Bertini, first time ball in. Fawcett, everyone talking to her. She knew that she could control it. Fowdy, toe pokes to Wagner. Good ball by Fowdy. Wagner, left-footed ball into the space for Parlow. LeBlanc, good read. We talked about how adventurous she is that time. She needed to be.
Yeah, that was a smart play there to come off her line with Parlow breaking through.
Kate Sobrero. This ball won by Hermes. And Andrea Neal tackled by Roberts, and she got caught on the ball momentarily. Strong tackle right there, and then Roberts committing the foul, pulling down Neal. Tiffany Roberts, a very feisty player. Likes to mix it up.
She plays a lot bigger than she is.
Credit to her tenacity and her determination. Known it. And Scurry off her line. Makes easy work of it. We talked about it momentarily earlier on in the tournament, but Brianna Scurry's done a good job. I think maybe in 2000, after what she did in '99 with the U.S. women, rested on her laurels a bit, maybe lost a little focus. Easy to do, certainly, after winning the World Cup. Lost her spot, and looks like she's finally got herself in tip-top physical shape. And she's fighting once again for that #1 spot.
Yeah, she definitely looks good and stronger and more fit than she ever has, and I think it is that focus and determination. She wants her spot back, and I know it's going to be tough for her to maybe secure that spot with the number of goalkeepers that are at that level, but she looks good, and she's doing what she can to get in there, and right now she has it.
At least we forget, Brianna Scurry made the huge save in the penalty kick shootout with China.
No one can forget that.
You know, Brady Chastain kind of stole the thunder. And again, credit everyone that day, especially the shootout takers. The United States made all 5 of their shootout attempts. Roberts, going to play by Sinclair. Sobrero wants to play it long. She does on her left foot. Not a bad ball over the shoulder of Milbrick. Straight to an awaiting LeBlanc. Brian LeBlanc, 22 years of age. 21 caps when the tournament began. Poked away from Sinclair. Sobrero. Most of the ball's been on this near side. Deflected on the way through. There's LeBlanc, acting like a sweeper that time. Makes the play again because Parlo had to step over any defender in the vicinity. Timko, good tackle. Hooper opens herself up to Sinclair. Sinclair back to Timko. She doesn't take a touch on it, and she lost it. Got to take a touch in the midfield. But the U.S. can't do anything with it. Good ball behind Kat Reddick. Kara Lang pumping those arms, and Reddick slide tackles it out of play for a corner kick. First of the match for the Canadians. Scurry quickly on the spotlight. Scurry, 31 years of age. Scurry, one of 10 players with over 100 caps on this Gold Cup roster.
Martini's got to do a little better with that corner. She's the captain, one of the older players on Canada, and she's got to set the tone for this Canadian team.
In these tight matches, how big are set pieces and corner kicks? And the team giving an inch defensively. It will continue to loom large. Halfway through the first half of the 2002 Women's Gold Cup final. Our referee, Diane Fredetta James, keeping everything in order. Sinclair with the bear hug on Roberts. Just wanted to let her know that she really likes her as a player and appreciate what she's done for women's soccer.
I'm sure that's exactly what she said.
Sinclair, a tremendous talent at the University of Portland. Under a long line of talented Portland Pilot players under Clive Charles. Two of them for the U.S., Tiffany Milbert and Shannon McMillan, who starts this match on the bench. I also want to say again, Clive Charles, get well. I wish you all the best in your recovery. Fighting against cancer. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Bowdy. Reddick sweeps it forward first time out of the reach of Lilly. Not much going on down the left for the U.S. Everything's really been centrally played. Timko. Timko again. Scurry wants a touch, but she'll back off for Sobrero. Wagner. Chapman sitting deep into the space. Sobrero, the ball finding her quite a bit in this match so far. Always fun when you're outside back and the ball seems to be attracted to you. Lilly, most capped player ever. Good ball, Milbert! Oh, what a goal! Tiffany Milbert scores her 7th goal of the tournament, and the U.S. score first.
What a goal by Tiffany Milbert. We usually see her running onto the ball with a breakaway, her and the keeper. This time she comes through with a volley, puts it in the back of the net. What a shot.
I tell you what, she nearly put a hole in the back of the net. What a first-time volley. She got inside her mark. And just a tremendous finish.
LeBlanc had no chance. She has to be happy with that one.
I tell you what, she didn't celebrate much when she scored 5 times against Panama. Time for the most ever for a U.S. women player in a game. But that was world class, and even she knows those are hard to reproduce. Milbert getting her 95th goal for the U.S. as she's working her way toward the 100th mark. Milbert only trails Mia Hamm, 135. Elisabetta Binotto of Italy, 107. Carolina Morris, 105. And Michelle Anchors, 104. All time. Select company. The fog has settled in to the Arroyo Grande. Both, of course, in a canyon. Lily. As we said, there wasn't much going on the far side, and that's where the goal comes from. Lifted forward. Roberts. She was onside. Canada stopped playing. And Roberts maybe running from a deep lying position in the midfield, able to win it.
That, as a coach, just kills you. You never want to see your players stop play for the call.
Wagner trying to pick out the goal scored, Milbert. Alana Bertini being able to press forward, but not in this match. April Heinrichs actually has scored against Canada in a CONCACAF qualifying tournament. Heinrich scored a 5-0 victory over Haiti back in 1991. Heinrichs, of course, trying to be the first woman ever to win a World Cup as a player and win a World Cup as a coach. Past the half-hour mark. The fog has settled in at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena to go along with some rain. The United States have a 1-goal lead. Tiffany Milbert with a tremendous goal, one of the best of the tournament, of a beautiful cross from Christine Lilly. Lilly working on Chapman. She knocks it out of play. Only the second goal the Canadians have conceded. That one skied over the target. And now the Canadians have to be thinking what's happened to our offense. Non-existent in the semifinal victory over Mexico, as we've said throughout the day. 2 own goals, giving Canada a 2-goal lead, 2-goal win that day. Here they are, struggling again to generate much attack outside of Charmaine Hooper. And right now, the U.S., in support of their 1-goal lead, have controlled the play. Pinballs around to Foudy. Sobrero keeps LeBlanc at home. Janil. Hooper. Somehow find Bertini. Bertini. Good hold by Sinclair, playing with her back to goal. And Sobrero able to cut it out. Roberts. Good turn by Milbert. Taken off the ball by Randy Hermits.
I think if Canada can do a better job of when they do win the ball and turn it into offense, I think if they can play the ball forward a little quicker and not allow the United States, which has such good team defense, to retreat back and get back in front of the ball, they'll do a better job and have a better, create a little bit more opportunities.
Good point, Tracy. And the U.S. with the restart. Conditions much better in this match than in the third place match won by Mexico. Wagner kept it on goal, but wide. There's the only goal scorer of the match, Tiffany Milbert. Her 7th goal in the championship, tying her with Christine Sinclair of Canada, who hasn't had a shot on goal yet in this one. Sinclair, of course, 10 goals in the under-19 tournament, winning both the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot. The leading goal scorer and the best player of the tournament. And so far, Sinclair has been pegged out wide, and the U.S. defense, Tracy, have done a good job of keeping her from getting a rhythm.
Yeah, it's definitely hard coming in, playing the United States. They know your number, and they know what you like to do and your tendencies, and I think she has to be a little bit more involved and a lot more active than she was in the game against Mexico. Maybe her confidence went down a little bit, playing a little bit of a tougher opponent, but I think she can, maybe when things aren't working on offense, retreat and play back and play defense, because it can get you going that way.
Timko with the long-range shot, hoping for the best. Here's Scurry. Her 110th appearance for the U.S. Played in every match in the tournament except one, Lakeisha Bean, getting the start against Panama. Final group match. Kat Reddick, where are you? Good home by Milbert. Wagner. She really does a good job of connecting the dots from side to side. Good win by Bertini. Taking the ball away from Roberts. Roberts getting back goal side. That pressure from behind forcing the premature pass from Bertini. Sobrero. Dancing her way into the midfield. Parlow to Wagner. Great ball on the ground. Milbert. There's LeBlanc. She can't hang on to it. Now it's out of the area. Bertini has it on her favorite left foot.
Well, LeBlanc did well there again, coming off of her line, and I think that's an advantage she has playing against players like Milbert. When you see her in the lineup, you know what she's going to do, and you know that she likes the through ball, so she's going to be ready to have to come out a lot this game.
She has done it quite a bit, venturing toward the edges of her area. LeBlanc. Went off of Roberts. She couldn't find it. U.S. keep it. That went off of Bertini. U.S. in the midst of an impressive 15-game unbeaten streak at home, dating back to a 3-2 win over Mexico in December of 2000. Of course, that was preceded by the USA's last loss at home, a 3-1 loss to Canada back in November of 2000. Nearly 2 years to the day. Last meeting between the two clubs, 1-0 to the U.S. back in July of 2001. The goal scorer that day in Blaine, Minnesota, Tiffany Milbert. She's a goal scorer this evening. Canada trying to String together some possession. Allie Wagner slid a long way. Still almost kept it alive. The ball went in and then out. U.S. throw in. Sinclair with the tackle and Sobrero. Hooper surrounded by a trio of red jerseys. Roberts, Foudy.